I'm glad that you're here, and I'm glad that I'm here. And I don't know exactly where I'm going. There's some things on my mind, and I don't know how far we'll get. But I want to say this straight up. I'm crazy, all right? I really am. And I'm gonna tell you this so that if I say something that you don't agree with, that's what it is, all right? I'm not trying to start anything with anyone.
To killing us, tyranny and terror, slaughtered thousands.
Weapons of mass destruction.
Weapons of mass destruction. Weapons programs.
The deadliest of weapons.
Terrible weapons. Nuclear weapons.
Nuclear weapons.
And I want to speak to you tonight. Whatever all these identities and these things are, I want to speak to you as a human being. As human beings, because I think we're in a dimensional reality where we don't communicate as human beings, we don't identify as human beings because of the way the distortions and the imprintings have been layered and imprinted into our consciousness.
Poison gas, torture chambers, mass graves,
Deadly technologies.
radical ideology of hate.
I think what technologic civilization does is a part of its mining process is to suppress and erase the memory of the human being from us and turn us into citizens and turn us into race and culture and class, turn us into gender, turn us into all of these other things that they then turn and make divisive. We're human beings. And I think that's a piece that's missing, and whatever's going on is us acting from the consciousness and perceptual reality of a human being.
Terror threats.
Terror.
Terror.
Terror. War on terrorism. War against terrorism.
Global war on terror.
Now I want to talk about maybe alternative energy. As human beings, our bone, flesh, and blood is made up of the metals, minerals, and liquids of the earth. We are shapes of the earth. As all things of the earth are made up of the same DNA, same metals, minerals, and liquids. We are all shapes of the earth. Human, we have being. Our being comes from our relationship to the sun, sky, universe. All things of the earth have the same relationship to sun, sky, universe. All things of the earth have being. Being is energy. Energy. Everything is about energy. Spirit, everything is about energy. Everything that is going on in this dimensional reality is about energy.
The evil terrorists. 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 Terrorists.
Terrorist, 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 terrorist.
Terrorist.
Terrorists.
Terrorist,
Terrorists.
terrorist.
Terrorists. 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 Terrorists.
In our human form as human beings, our Creator gave us intelligence. We were born, we entered into this dimensional reality with intelligence. Now, intelligence, we feel through the being and we act through the human. And our intelligence, this is the thing that sets it all into motion. Everything that ever happens is by how we perceive reality is based upon our intelligence. Our intelligence. So if we are in this situational reality where we're looking at the predatory class, the industrial ruling class, and we're talking to them about environment and we're talking to them about alternative energy, then we have to understand that as human beings, we are the original alternative energy source. It's our intelligence. It's how we use the energy and the power of our intelligence. Our intelligence.
Global terrorism. 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 Terrorism.
Now, how much power does our intelligence have? Have you ever had the feeling where you felt powerless? And while you're feeling powerless, how bad can you make yourself feel through your fears and your doubts and your insecurities? How bad can you make yourself feel? How does this affect the people that you interact with? That's power. See, so whatever is going on, it's not about an absence of power. We have power. It's just that we've been imprinted in a distorted way to perceive reality. We've been imprinted with trauma to perceive reality through a traumatized mentality. So we use the power of our creative intelligence to feed on ourselves and And that industrial ruling class is like mining for them. They mine the energy of the being through how they imprint the human to perceive reality. They mine the energy of the being through how they imprint the human to perceive reality. Same way they mine the oil, the same way they mine the uranium. They mine the being of all of these things. They mine the being of the human through how they imprint our perceptual reality, how they manipulate our intelligence.
September 11, 2001. Saddam Hussein, Saddam Hussein,
Saddam Hussein.
Saddam Hussein.
Saddam Hussein, Saddam, 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 Saddam,
Saddam Hussein.
Our intelligence is the fuel that runs this so-called system. It's how they have taken it and they are able to use it and convert it into energy in this mining process. We're in a technologic perceptual reality where we know they can take the bone, flesh, and blood that is uranium or oil, put it through this mining process, refinement process, and convert its being into a form of energy to run their systems. And when they do this, it leaves behind poison and toxic to the environment, to the life environment. Well, while they're mining the being part of human through how they imprint the human to perceive reality, it leaves behind poison and toxic. And this poison and toxic are the fears and the doubts and the insecurities that now become a part of our perceptual reality. And once that sets in, we participate in this reality based upon the perception of our inabilities,
Danger,
our fears.
continuing danger,
Hour of danger.
very, very dangerous world.
A grave new threat.
Horrific acts of atrocities, murderous regimes dedicating to killing us,
Am I being coherent?
tyranny and terror, slaughtered thousands,
Weapons of mass destruction.
weapons of mass destruction, weapons programs,
The deadliest of weapons,
Terrible weapons.
nuclear weapons.
nuclear weapons.
So everything is about energy. And we have the power to manifest our fears and our doubts and insecurities, and it keeps us off balance. It happens all the time. Keeps us off balance. No matter what mask we put on, that little off balance is in there. See, and when we're dealing with energy, the changes that we want to make in this technologic society, we have to synchronize our own energies, because if our energies are off balance and distorted, then the solutions we create will be off balance and distorted. Am I still making sense?
September 11th, September 11th.
September 11th. September 11th.
September 11th. September 11th. September 11th. September 11th.
September 11, September 11, September 11.
So understanding in our quest for spirituality, we are spirit. We're it. We want to find a spiritual way and show respect to the spiritual creator and the Mother Earth and all of the goody things that we represent. Then show respect to our creator by respecting the intelligence our creator gave us and use it in a healthy, clear, coherent, and responsible way. That's what spirituality is about. It's about responsibility. About responsibility. It's about synchronizing the energy, and if we're out of sync with if our feelings are out of sync with what our thoughts, how our mind is interpreting our feelings and projecting it out there as distorted thoughts, if we can't synchronize that, then the mining process continues to work.
Poison gas.
Torture chambers.
Mass graves,
Deadly technologies.
radical ideology of hate,
Terror of threats.
terror,
Terror.
terror.
It continues to consume the energy, the being part of human. It's here to eat the being part of human. It's like spirit eating. But we are being mined the same way the oil and the uranium and all of the other things that are being mined, because we all represent the same energy source. It's just that the package and the containers are different. And they feed off of all of it. The power of our intelligence. Now here and I'm not trying to start anything, all right? But I gotta say it because I just am compelled. I think we need to challenge certain of their concepts. I don't think civil disobedience, violent or non-violent, I don't think it's enough. I don't think fighting is enough. I don't think demonstrating is enough. What I think is it's time for us to understand to not cooperate with them. This is about non-cooperation. This is about taking the power of our intelligence and use it clearly and coherently rather than chaotically and distortedly, because every time we do that, we're cooperating.
Terrorist, 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 terrorist.